Extreme heat warning goes into effect at 10 o'clock this morning, lasts until 9 o'clock this evening. And this is for the area of purple here, which is the core of our region. And it's been extended to include Delaware and southeastern New Jersey with this as well. An advisory everywhere in orange. So even along the shore points, it's going to be hot. Not extreme, but it's going to be hot. Here's what you can expect. This is Future Tracker showing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It already feels like about 103 in Allentown, maybe as high as 109 in the city, 107 in Wilmington, feeling like about 100 degrees at the shore in Atlantic City, in Cape May. So we've got the heat coming through the region. But in addition to that, we've got the shot for some storms. Here's the cold front out to the west that's going to trigger some storms that could be strong to severe. The timing of this, maybe you get an isolated one trying to pop up at 3 o'clock or so, but a better chance for the evening hours. Here's a look at 7:30. And we see some storms cutting through the region. So here's what you can expect over the next 12 hours. Warm and humid at 8, but quiet weather and 79. We're dry at noon, but you've got tropical humidity. It's 92. It's 97 at 4 o'clock. Only an isolated storm. Many areas still dry at 4, but at 8 we'll get some scattered storms around and 85. So it's a tough one today in an AccuWeather alert, doesn't it? But it's going to heat you up for sure as you're heading out. If you need to head out for a morning run, do something outside, now's a fine time to do it. We're completely storm free through the morning hours. The humidity is up there for sure, but temperatures are bearable. 77 at 7. At 9 it's 82. At 11 o'clock it's 89. By lunchtime you're already in the low 90s, and that humidity kind of surges right before lunchtime, so you have even more tropical humidity through the region, but you're still dry at lunchtime. Could see a pop-up storm late afternoon. The better chance is for the evening and nighttime for some storms through the region. But for the better chance of storms at the shore, you have to wait till late evening into the nighttime hours. So much of the daytime at the shore you're dry, but it's hot even at the shore. A high of 90 degrees, a low risk of rip currents today, but it's going to feel like it's 100 degrees even at the shore. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies and breezy at the shore, 82. Sunday, a good shot for some showers, even a thunderstorm at the shore in 81. Monday, a cool breeze and 82 degrees. So that's your shore forecast, which you may need to at least break some of the extreme heat we have here in the city. We'll talk about the city's heat and an hour-by-hour look at the storms to help you time out your evening hours coming up in just a minute. Matt and Aliana, a lot going on with the weather on a Friday.
Day, starting another heat wave here.
That's right, up from yesterday. About 7 degrees warmer than yesterday. The humidity is up and we've got a storm threat. So we have an AccuWeather alert. The extreme heat warning goes into effect at 10 a.m. right along the I-95 corridor. The heat index values between 105 and potentially 110. Also severe storm risk. From about 5 p.m. to 11, that's the best chance to see some of these storms. I would watch for anything to pop up even late afternoon, but damaging wind gusts are the main threat with that. So that cold front's still well out to the west at this point. Keeping an eye on these cluster of showers here that are down in Pittsburgh, but I think they fall apart before they hit us. Let's look at what you can expect. Now, this is a different model than I showed you earlier in the morning, but I just wanted to give you an idea that some models suggesting maybe you start to see something pop up late afternoon. This is a look at 4 or 5 o'clock, but it might take to the evening hours, closer to 7:30, to really get some of these storms going. Here's a look at 7:30 this evening, and then even 9:30 at night, pushing down out of the south and east. The Storm Prediction Center puts our area in a risk for severe weather. The area of yellow, much of our region here, is at 2 out of 5. That means we could see scattered storms in this region that are severe with potentially damaging winds and heavy rainfall. So make sure you've got your phone ready, you're keeping an eye, you're ready to get those alerts if they come in through the late afternoon and evening hours. Now at 8 o'clock this morning, it's 79 degrees, it's sunny, it's just really muggy. At 10, it's 85. By lunchtime, it's already 92, but feeling hotter when you factor in the humidity. 2 o'clock, it's 96 and dry through the area. By 4 o'clock, it's 97. We're watching for a chance for a storm to start to pop up, but a better chance as the evening progresses at 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening. watching for some of those storms that could be strong to severe. Of course, if you're in the pool, you hear storm chance. Other than that, we are glad it's Friday.
Yes,
Let's take a look at what you can expect. The National Weather Service has posted this extreme heat warning today, and you can see it's for the core of our area. It begins at 10 o'clock this morning, lasts until 9 o'clock at night. So that heat warning has been extended now to include Delaware, to include southeastern New Jersey here as well. Even along the coast and northwest suburbs, you're here in the heat advisory. You're going to be in the heat. It's just not as extreme as it will be in the city. How is it going to feel later today? Here's a look at 2:30 in the afternoon. Future Tracker showing it's as hot as 103 when you factor in the heat and humidity in Allentown. Feeling like 109 in the city, 108 in Clayton, even feeling like 100 degrees in Atlantic City. It's going to be hot on the sand today as well. And then we look at the storm chance. This cold front's out to the west. We've got a flow out of the southwest. It's just pumping up the heat and humidity. When do the storms hit? Watch for an isolated storm, something trying to pop up late afternoon. Here's a look at 3 o'clock, but a better chance for some gusty storms in the evening hours. This is a look at 7:30 in the evening, and you see some strong to severe storms coming through. So at 8 o'clock this morning, it's warm and humid. Head out for that jog. It's just sticky, but by lunchtime, you have tropical humidity and the temperature's 92. The temperature's 97 on 4. Maybe an isolated storm, but a better chance for those storms in the evening at 8 o'clock, some scattered storms. It's 85 degrees. An AccuWeather alert today for the heat and the humidity. Matt, it's a tough one on a Friday.
You know I make my iced tea in the morning.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
Done.
I don't mind.
With sound effects, too.
I love it, Karen. Good job.
See, I just do whatever you ask.
Shooter Rogers.
Let's talk about what you need to know. We have an extreme heat warning that goes into effect at 10 o'clock this morning, lasts till 9 o'clock tonight. It's going to feel like it's between 105 and about 110. This is when the heat gets serious. You have to check on your friends, be a good neighbor, make sure everybody's doing okay in this heat today. In addition to that, we could have some scattered severe storms, especially during the evening hours. Now, I want you to watch for a storm to pop up as early as 3 or 4 o'clock. But as we look at the chance of precipitation, you can see probably the best chance is as you get towards the evening hours, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, for some of those storms to move through the area. This cold front is still well out to the west. Keeping an eye on this cluster of storms down in western PA. I think they fall apart before they hit us, and we wait till more later in the day to get this. But those winds out of the southwest ahead of that front, that is just pumping up the heat and the humidity, and you are going to feel it today. As we time out these storms, keep an eye to the sky anytime late afternoon hours for something to pop up. Make sure you have your phone handy. You're ready to get alerts in case you get a severe storm warning through the afternoon. Right now, no watches or warnings except for the heat. And then we look at 7 o'clock at night, this model showing some storms blossoming through the region, and then even through 9, 10 o'clock at night, you see them kind of pushing off the coast. We could have damaging winds and heavy downpours with any of these storms. So looking at your hour-by-hour forecast, we've got sunshine. It's just warm and muggy. At 7 o'clock, it's 77. If you're heading for a run at 9 o'clock, 82 is pretty bearable. But by 11 o'clock, it's 89 degrees, but feeling like the 90s with the humidity. At 1 o'clock, it's 94. At 3 o'clock, it's 97. That would tie the record high, but again, it's going to feel like the triple digits. And then you watch for those storms to develop through the late afternoon, and especially it looks like the evening hours. And how is it going to feel at 10 o'clock this morning? Already feeling like the low 90s. At lunchtime, feeling like 103. And how about this? 2:30 this afternoon, feeling like it's between 106, 109, 108. Even Atlantic City, feeling like around 100 degrees. 101, the heat index in Atlantic City at 2:30. Hot sand today. You're going to be trying to get into that ocean. The overnight hours, it stays warm and muggy, dropping down to 78 degrees. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day. We have the alert today for both the oppressive heat and the chance for these gusty storms. 97 for your high. 91 tomorrow. We back off the heat. We back off the humidity a touch. Still hot and humid, but not as bad. Sunday, a lot of clouds, some scattered downpours. 87 degrees for your high. On Monday, the heat returns, 93. We start that heat and it pumps up. Tuesday, feeling like the triple digit.